Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adam Haris bin Azizi and I am from HN1153AB. And today I will be doing a movie review of Dragon Ball Super Broly. So let's get to it. Okay, let's start from the top. Dragon Ball Super Broly is released in 2018, which is in recent years. And for those who doesn't know, Dragon Ball Super Broly is under the infamous and popular franchise, which is Dragon Ball. As prior to its predecessor, this movie is also the combination of genre martial arts, fantasy, and adventure. This movie is also under one of the famous production company in Japan, which is Toei Animation, which is known for Dragon Ball movie also. Dragon Ball Super Broly is the first that brings the story to the main continuity, which involves direct involvement from the creator, from the Dragon Ball own creator, which is Akira Toriyama, which is one of the best manga creator in Japan. The voice actor for the main cast is Sean Schemmel, Christopher Sabat, Vic Mignogna, and Christopher Harris. There are more, but these four are among the most famous among them. So we will get to it more later. And for your own information, Dragon Ball Super Broly is one of the most anticipated movie in 2018, and the world premiere for the dub version of this movie is in December 13. So let's get to its movie elements. Let's go. As I was saying earlier, this movie is the first one that brings its own story into the main continuity of the franchise. And this story also explains the official version of the main cast backstory for Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, which is the three most iconic Saiyan in the story, and that it was destined for them to meet in the end. Let's start for the characters. We have the two iconic protagonists, which is Goku and Vegeta, which are voiced respectively by Sean Schemmel and Christopher Sabat. And next we have Frieza and Broly, which is the villain of the story. The main villain is Frieza, which is voiced by Christopher Harris, while Broly is voiced by the famous Vic Mignogna. And then we have another four supporting characters, which is Whis, Beerus, Gogeta, and Paragus. The movie focuses more on the new, much better design and much better character version of Broly in previous non-canonical movie. And this Broly actually has characters and has such deep meaning in his life, and has such a traumatic childhood in his own life. To make it simple, Broly is actually a good child with great potential in the Saiyan warrior race. They are a race that has great battle power overall, generally. And this new movie actually gives justice to Broly's characteristic, because he has more kind-hearted and has a very kind and polite characteristic, which means they have created a more lovable version of Broly prior to its predecessor Broly, which is just a devil's spawn, I would say like that. Dragon Ball Super Broly is divided into two parts in the movie, which the first 50 minutes in the movie they explain about the background of the three iconic characters, which is Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. And then the second half of the movie, they show how they met among them. They met coincidentally, and they end up in a very fierce and long fight, with Goku and Vegeta goes against the main misunderstood character, which is Broly, and that is where the fun begins. Although Broly is mainly fun to watch, he actually had a traumatic childhood. With the gene he got, he has more potential than others. So he already has a bounty on his head. And he was exiled by the king when he was only 5, along with his father. Instead of being a good father, Paragus decides to use Broly as a weapon to revenge to to their king. So Broly never actually felt the love of a parent, and the only friend he has was a monster on the planet they were exiled, was also shot by his father. Yes, according to the story, the king of their warrior race, which is the father to Vegeta, proceeds to exile Broly and Paragus to a deserted planet because he was jealous that Broly was having a great potential instead of his own son, which is Vegeta. The story begins when Goku and Vegeta decides to have a training spar between them while waiting to locate the 7th Dragon Ball in the story. The rising action begins when they found the location. They went to retrieve it together, but instead of finding the 7th Dragon Ball, they instead met their common enemy, which is Frieza, who is also searching for the 7th Dragon Ball and are planning to plot against them. And Frieza decides to use Broly as his new weapon to have his revenge against Goku and Vegeta. Broly is also accompanied with his father, which is Paragus. And Paragus, who has a strong hatred towards Vegeta, who resembles his father, who exiled both Paragus and the newborn Broly a few years before this story begins. And Paragus decides to order Broly to attack Vegeta first. After their long fight, Broly was finally dominated by Goku with his boosted new form. Frieza decided to kill off Broly's father, which in result caused Broly to boost more power and overwhelm both Goku and Vegeta. This is when the fun begins, because Goku and Vegeta then had to retreat, and they learn a new technique to fuse between them, which creates a new persona named Gogeta. After managing to defeat Broly, Frieza finally retreat after suffering loss. In the end, the story ends with Goku decided to make friend with Broly, who has retreated to another planet, and there they actually start their new friendship, because Broly is actually a kind-hearted and a good person, so treated and stated that he was actually wants to be friend. And Broly, as a good person, he actually accept Goku as his new friend, but and Goku wishes to fight Broly, but just a training spar to improve himself and Broly. He also wanted to teach Broly more. So that is the ending for the Dragon Ball Super Broly. Positive impact towards public is that people can learn that it is extremely important to know about the people, your friends or enemies. Both are important, as failing to doing so may lead to misleading, and in some cases it could lead to more worse fightings. lessons that we can learn as a viewer is that instead of giving up, we must find another way to find the solution. And violence is not always the best solution. Finally, from my point of view, I think this movie has such a great storytelling, and it also develops many characters, not just the one and only main character. They develop almost all the character in the story, and it also helps to raise awareness about child abuse, as you can see on how Paragus treats Broly harsh, and he puts Broly on a shock collar that he used to control him every day, and he doesn't let Broly social with anyone. My favorite character, for me, my favorite character in this movie is Broly, because he is actually not a bad person. He is just misunderstood, and he was brainwashed and was raised to hate a certain person. And I think if he is raised right by his father, I think he will be a good person and will not resort to violence. Before we end this review, let us have a look at the trailer.
So tell me, Goku, why do you seek even more strength than you have already?
The Tournament of Power opened my eyes. No way I can stay at the same level I'm at now. I'm fired up. That must be the guy.
I don't know who he is, but his energy's absurd. Do it, Broly! How is this possible? Damn it, he's learning as he fights!
Magnificent! His power level is amazing! What the?
Looks like this is going to be tougher than we thought.
Yeah, I can't wait!
Getting stronger!
That is all from me, and thank you for watching my review.